Hello there, my name is Kaneko, and welcome to my showcase of all of my World of Warcraft characters. Um, I've always wanted to make this kind of video. It's something that I really love watching people do, like WoW content creators just showing their character selection screen, showing off their characters, their transmogs, telling stories about each character, and yeah, this is something that I really love watching, and something that I really wanted to do. So, since the War Within is coming to an end and midnight is around the corner, I finished leveling all of my classes to level cap, and they're all ready for my new expansion. So I really wanted to show you guys at the beginning of this expansion how it's going. I've been playing WoW since Mist of Pandaria. Well, sort of, kinda. Back then, I wasn't allowed to spend money online with video games, so I couldn't play WoW properly as a kid. So I always played on private servers, and it was only at the tail end of BFA, now an adult, that I was able to play actual retail World of Warcraft. And it was just some weeks before the pre-patch event of Shadowlands, and yes, Shadowlands was my first WoW expansion, like, that I actually played through. Some would say it wasn't the best introduction to the game, but I really loved Shadowlands despite all the bad stuff about it, and it had some good dungeon design. Anyway, I feel like I'm going into a tangent here, and the video just started. So before I go deeper, let's focus on the main subject of the video, which are my characters. Okay? Starting with Kaneko. Kaneko is my main character. She is a priest, and she was my first character in World of Warcraft. The first one I leveled to max back in Shadowlands. Actually, I don't even know if this iteration of her is the first one I've ever played. There were probably a few Kanekos before I settled on her, knowing myself. Anyway, she is my main, and as such, I do everything in the game on her. All my reputations, all my rating, my Mythic Plus, my achievements, legacy raid skips, basically all current content, I do it on her. I farm it on her. And yes, everything is pretty much warband, cross character. Pretty much everything goes to your warband now. But I still do everything mostly on her. I play her as a holy priest. Holy priest is my favorite spec in the game. I am a healer, yes. I usually, in all games I play, I take on the support role. I play a lot of support in League of Legends. I was a Cloak and Dagger main when I played Marvel Rivals. I like playing Kiriko in Overwatch, and even when I play damage dealers like carries, I like the ones with more control and utility, like Orianna from League of Legends and Symmetra from Overwatch, for example. So of course I gravitated to healer when I started playing WoW. Actually, when I gravitated more to priest when I started playing WoW anyway, because priest has a lot of this control and utility, which I really enjoy. And Holy Priest specifically fits so much of the aesthetics I love when it comes to that. You know, light and divine and the divine and such. But like, I play all specs on her. I don't see the point in having a character as a main and not utilizing at least trying to master all aspects of the character. As a result, I played Shadow a lot. I occasionally dip my toes in Discipline, although I really don't like that spec because I don't like the idea of dealing damage to heal. It doesn't necessarily fit my playstyle. And she is, as you can see, a gnome. Gnomes are my favorite race in the game. I find them cute. I find them funny. Their animations are fluid and pretty and look pretty, especially the female casters. And honestly, I think transmog really looks good on them. Like, I know that's a hot take, but I really do. To me, if a character is too big, it's a little too much for me when I'm playing. Like, I don't know how to explain. I feel heavy playing it. And when they're too skinny, like for example a female blood elf, the character is too like I don't know how to explain. I don't like it. To me, gnomes, they balance it very well in the way I play it and the way I see them in game. So yeah. And the female casting animations for gnome are perfect in my opinion. So yeah. And okay, she in this is wearing the mage looking for rapier chest and shoulders from Nighthold. And the glasses are the ones you can buy in Stormraid next to the barbershop. I don't know where they are in Orgrimmar, but I know they exist. The cloak, shoes, the belt, and the feet are from assorted sources in Shadowlands. I don't know. And the staff is from the Ragnaros in Firelands. I really like this staff. This is by far my favorite transmog set I've ever made. She looks stunning, and I saw this idea of the look on a subreddit dedicated to transmog. I think it's r/transmogrification, and I saw a pink priest look there, and it used a lot of pieces that I didn't have at the time, so I adapted it to this to look like this, and in my opinion it looks better than the original. So this is the transmog set that I'm the most proud of. I mean, it looks fantastic, and yeah, this is my main Conico. Let's move on to Lathander or Lathander. Lathander? I don't know. I usually say Lathander. Lathander. Okay, Lathander.
Lathander.
Lathander is my other priest, and in case you didn't know this, oh yeah, all my characters are organized within the character list by armor type. So yeah, this is Lathander. He's my second priest I have leveled, and he's named after Lathander, the Morning Lord, a god from the D&D universe. He also has a set of transmog that I really loved making. In this case, I made it myself. I didn't use any kind of inspiration for it. I used the stuff that I had. He's wearing a mix of the Cataclysm Priest set from I don't remember which raid this set is from, but I think it's Dragon Soul. It's Dragon Soul? Yeah, it's Dragon Soul. It's the one with the faces on the shoulder. I used that set for the chest and for the hands. The belt and the shoulders come from Amir Drasil, if I'm not mistaken. Normal Amir Drasil. The glasses from the same place. And the cloak is from, I think it's from 10.2 world content. 10. Oh no, not 10.2. 10.1 world content, or it was the campaign. I don't remember, but it's that's where it comes from. He's one of my most recent characters. I leveled him during pre-patch using the XP bonus and I really wanted to have a lot of characters, like a full alt army that hopefully I can use to better my quality of life in game, like gold making, professions, etc. And since I don't believe I'll have much time to play the end game content on midnight with being an adult and all the responsibilities I have, I just got into grad school, and anyway, I'll probably pivot myself into being more of a collector and RPer, so having a lot of alts can help. My goal is to have at least one character dedicated to each spec in the game in midnight, and hopefully they're all level to max. It's a bummer to me that I missed the opportunity to use the crazy leveling boost, the crazy leveling stuff on Remix, because throughout the entirety of Remix I did not have access to my computer pretty much. At first I was really busy with college and school, and then when I got my vacation, I went to a family vacation with my family, so I spent like 40 days out of my house. It was a long, like a month and a half long vacation, and I didn't touch this game at all, so I completely missed out on Remix. I would probably have all the characters I want to have in already level 80 for Remix if I did it, but I didn't, so whatever. Let's keep going to Lulu. Lulu is my mage. She is my second gnome. As I said, I really love gnomes, and she is a frost mage. My favorite mage spec is arcane, but I play mostly frost because one, back then it was easier to play frost instead of arcane, because arcane you have to have a PhD in this game to play arcane properly. So I played frost, even though arcane is my favorite. But since the pre-patch rework Frost got, I actually really enjoyed playing it because it changed a lot. So I really like it. I really like it now. I couldn't figure out a very frosty transmog, so she's wearing this more arcane getup. Her chest piece is from Antor's preset on LFR. The shoulders come from Oduar, I want to say Oduar, and the belt comes from Warlords of Draenor questing. The gloves are from Shadowlands. I think they are the same as the pink, the pink one for my main. And the shoes come from Legion. Legion questing, and the staff is from Legion Time Walking, the Time Walking vendor. I recently bought this staff, but I like to use another staff on her that comes from WoD. It's a white one, shatter one. I think I'll put up a picture of it. And yeah, she is named after Lulu from League of Legends, whom is my favorite champion from the game. And yeah, that's it. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in my introduction. I am a player. Oh God. Okay. I'm sorry if I keep messing up the way I'm speaking. It's because I'm as much as I am a very good English speaker. I mean, at least I like to believe it. English is still my second language, and I'm already not very eloquent at all. In general, I'm not very good at speaking and talking. And when we add in, even though I'm good at English, I still mumble and mix up a lot of stuff. So stay with me for a while. Have patience. I am from Brazil, actually. I'm from Brazil, and but I don't play on the Brazilian servers. I don't play on Azralon, nor in Nemesis or Tovorad. because the Brazilian servers have a lot of problems. So I moved to Malorn. I play on the Malorn realm. By chance I did some Mythic Plus with some guys from the Malorn realm, and I asked them, hey, do you guys have a guild? Do you think I can come into the guild? And they were like, yeah, sure, come on in. So I transferred my main to Malorn. I deleted all my characters from Azerlon, transferred my main to Malorn, and rebuilt my life here. So yeah. So let's keep moving. This is Mensroy. Mensroy is my other mage. He's a Cotiran, as you can see. And he is named after one of my favorite boss encounters in the game, which is Jade-Fired Masters. More specifically, the Horde version of the encounter from the Zara lore, where the Horde, it's the boss where we fight against a monk and a fire mage. And if you're Alliance, you fight against an elf named Anathos and an orc named Mara. But if you're Horde, you fight against a Draenei girl named Mestra and a Cotiran fire mage named Mensroy Flamefist. And this is what this character is. I created a version of Mensroy for me because I thought it would be funny. And yeah, I created Mensroy too because Mensroy was one of the villains of a Machinima series in YouTube. I don't remember the name, but it was a series by Bannerac and a Pandaren guy, a Pandaren warrior. I don't remember but they make machinimas, and they made one where Mensroy was the villain of a series. So I got inspired and I created Mensroy. I have him since Shadowlands, and he was a main of mine at one point when I was learning Fire Mage in Shadowlands. And yeah, he's weird. He's wearing this weird ass mash of a transmog set. I usually have him wearing the 7th Legion version the 7th Legion set, because to emulate the Mensroy look. But now he's wearing this, where pretty much everything comes from Dragonflight. Except for the shoulders. There are the priest set shoulders from Shadowlands, more specifically Sepulchre of the first one's Mythic. And the feet are from Shadowlands 2, the Venthyr set. Sorry, excuse me. And yeah, this is Mensroy. Next we have Grumsh. He's my Affliction Warlock. Actually, he's a general Warlock. I usually play Demonology when I play Warlock, but I started playing Affliction after this pre-patch rework it got. He is named F. Grumsh Deadeye, from the god of the orcs from D&D. And he's wearing a mix of the Warlock set from Manaforge Omega Elafar on his chest and belt. The Mythic Antorus set on the shoulders for Warlock. He's also wearing from the Mythic Antorus set for Warlocks. He's also wearing the hands and the boots. And the cape is from Shadowlands. The cloak from Shadowlands. I think it's from the Venthyr campaign quest line for leather wearers. I don't know, but it's a cloak, so I can use it in cloth. And it's a very nice cloak. I use it all the time in a bunch of transmogs, as you will see. As I mentioned, he was inspired by Groom's Deadeye. So you can see there's eyes on the book here. That's from the belt. There's an eye in the chest piece. So, and he's only has one eye because Groomsh also has only one eye. And the staff comes from Hellfire Citadel from Kirog, which is also a guy who has a lot of eyes about him. So yeah. The crown in his head comes from the priest set of Antaurus. I think it's normal. So yes. Let's keep going with Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra is my first. Actually, she was my first warlock. I used to play her more, but I wanted to level Grumsh because I think an orc fits better to me as a warlock, and instead of a dwarf. But I still like her. I still play her a lot. She is wearing the Antaurus chest piece from normal difficulty. Shoulders are from the Nerebar Palace LFR. The head comes from Questing in Legion. And the staff comes from Sanctum of Domination Heroic. And Heroic, I think it's Kalthazad who drops it. The belt comes from Uldir. I think this is the mythic version of the cloth belt. And I don't know where the shoes come from at all. So, yeah. This is Rhaenyra, my warlock. Then we have the closest thing I've ever had to a second main. This is Moonweaver, my monk. I think after Priest, Monk is my favorite. Is my favorite class, probably. Especially the Mistweaver, which was the spec I used. I play the most with this character. Hence the name, Moonweaver. I played it as my main during Dragonflight Season 2. I healed it with the Mistweaver. I'm not playing him as Mistweaver now, as you can see, because she is dual wielding. But she usually is my Mistweaver. This is the dual wielding version of her transmog. When she has a staff or a two-handed weapon, I usually use the Maledict Opus, the same staff I use for Rhaenyra, but the LFR version that is LFR? No, I think it's the normal version that is green. I don't know. It's one of the versions who is green. I think it's either LFR or the normal version that is green, and I use it with this transmog, which matches really, really well, and I really like it. Speaking of transmogs, I really like this one. It's a bit of a cheat because it's kind of a cool set. The colors really fit the class, and I really like the mask. She's wearing the trading post set for Monk, when they made a set of shoulders, heads, and belt for each class. And these are the Monk ones. The pants are from Vault of the Incarnates on normal. And at the moment, I play her more as a Windwalker because since Dragonflight, they made a lot of changes to Mistweaver. Changes that I don't like at all. So I play her more as a DPS now. And yeah, this is my monk. Oh, she's also wearing the same, as I said, that cloak from Grumsh. She also wears that cloak. She is, as I said, this cloak is perfect. It fits a lot of transmogs. I have like 4 or 5 cloaks that I use in basically every single transmog because they fit so well with everything. And this is definitely one of them. I think that I have like 3 or 4 looks with this cloak alone. So yeah, this is my monk, Moonweaver. Let's keep going with Lippington. Lippington is my rogue. You can see it's another gnome. Lippington is his name is funny because I named him after a meme from the fandom of a K-pop group. I listen to a lot of K-pop, and my favorite K-pop group ever is called Luna. Rest in peace. And in Luna, there's a character. There's a member that her name was Kim Lip, and there was a meme that her name was she was American and her name was Kimberly Lippington. And I was like, okay, I'll name my character after that. So yeah, this is Lippington. And I can hear you ask, why did you make a male gnome with a big mustache if that's the case, if that's the inspiration? Well, it's because I didn't make him a gnome. He was a female void elf. I changed his race to a gnome, and which, by the way, I have spent an ungodly amount of money with race changes, faction changes, realm transfers, etc. with all of these characters. Pretty much all of these characters. Like, I'm talking a lot of money. I'm horribly ashamed of having spent so much money on this. And this is actually one of the reasons I'm making this video, so I can hold myself accountable in the future and not spend anymore. I've promised myself multiple times I wouldn't spend money on this game more than I already need, because I already pay for sub and I pay for every expansion. So I wouldn't do it anymore, but I do it all the time. And I hate myself for it. Anyway, so his transmog is a bit simple. He's based on a character from One Piece named Vista, who's a minor character from the Whitebeard crew. He's wearing the Gyonean shoulders, and belt, shoes and pants from the trading post, and the top hat, I don't know. The top hat drops from a quest line in the Worgen. What's the name? In the Worgen starting zone, there's a quest that rewards you with this top hat appearance. I had to go through that just for that hat, and here it is. So yeah, this transmog only works on male characters because the chest piece changes according to the gender of the character. If they are female, it turns into a brown and white thing that's not very good looking. It definitely does not fit this transmog. And I'll probably, but like, I have a problem with male gnomes because their walking animation is kind of bad. I don't like them. I don't like it. But because of the transmog, I have to keep him as a male for now. Next we have Convoke. This is Convoke. She's my druid, and she is wearing a full set of armor because I don't have a lot of leather pieces. I still haven't cooked up a good looking druid set for her. So I put her on the full mythic version of the druid set from Nighthold, which is gorgeous, to be honest. So yeah, before the armor type restriction was lifted, I only used priest for collections and stuff because this was the only character I played, so I saw no point in doing it. So making a good looking set for classes that are in cloth is a little challenging for me. So that's why she's wearing full Nighthold mythic set for druids, which is gorgeous. And yeah, the staff comes from Black Temple, and I actually had a set that I made up for her, but it didn't look very good on a druid. It looked a little monkish. so I discarded it. And yeah, her name is Convoke because of Convoke the Spirits from which is the ability that druids got in the Shadowlands. And here's the thing: I was playing Shadowlands with a little guild back in the day, so I wanted to do, like, many players had a lot of vaults in the guild, and I also wanted to have some vaults because in Shadowlands I had a bunch of vaults for gold farming, and I wanted to have my characters have matching names with my main, so so I could be very identifiable, I guess. And people usually do, but when people usually do, they go and create like they create like Conico Druid, for example. I didn't want to do that, so I thought it was a good idea to. I wanted my character to have clever, punny names that started with K-O-N, Con. But that idea went out the window pretty quick because every time I created a character, I'd spend a lot of time creating a stupid pun or plain words, like a lot of time, to make names that I completely hated. They were so bad. So I stopped that. And changed everyone's names back to normal, except for Convokes, because I really like the names, so I kept hers. So yeah, Ozrakar is my Demon Hunter. He's wearing the Metaforge Omega set. The gear you can buy from the Midnight Free Patch can be converted into Metaforge Omega tier in Durangal. So I did that, and I did it for all the classes. So by doing the normal set, I also got the Elefar set. And I did that for every single class, so now I have every single set from Metaforge Omega in normal and Elefar for all the classes now. Anyway, this is Ozrakar. He's my DH. I fought the urge to switch him to a Void Elf when the pre-patch came because, again, I don't want to spend the money, so I didn't. And I can just level one if I want it later. But honestly, I don't want to play Devour. It doesn't look good to me. The fact that it's a caster demon hunter, it's weird. It's too weird for me. Plus, everyone who has played this class says that leveling this class is miserable. Is a miserable experience. So I don't care much for it. So Ozrakar here is he is wearing the Metaphor set, as I said, and the swords are from Tazavesh, the lightsabers. And he is one of the employed alts, as in pretty much every alt here has a chore they do, and Ozrakar is the one who is sparked in. Not right now. It says he's in Dornoval, but he usually is in Zereth Mortis because he stays there to farm the other variants, the other color variants of these swords. So he stays there. And yeah, so let's keep going. Next one is Nugget Man. He is my hunter, and he's wearing a very cool transmog that I cooked up. The chest piece comes from Shadowlands leveling, I believe, and the shoulders come from it's the male version of the Exile's Reach set that you get from playing Exile's Reach. And the cloak, it's the same cloak from the Venthyr, as I said. It really matches this transmog. And the boots, the gloves, and the pants, and I believe also the belt, come from the Sanctum of Domination. I wanna say mythic difficulty, but it can also be normal. I don't know. So, the gun comes from the Runaway boss from Karazhan, and the old one from TBC, and yeah, the name is Nugget Man because I like chicken nuggets, and I don't know what else to tell you about that. And he has an eye patch from, I don't know where it's from, but he has an eye patch. Next one we have is Amemiya. Amemiya is my shaman, and as you can see, she's not wearing a normal transmog, okay? She's wearing a placeholder set while I'll figure out what to do with her transmog, because I don't have many male options, and I can't put her on the Mana Forge Omega set on, like, because as I said before, I got them for all the classes. So, but the normal and the LFR versions are so ugly for the shaman, and they have that stupid ponytail on the helmet, which they do a lot for some reason. They've been doing that for a while now, and I hate it. So I put her on this Valentine's Day getup, and yeah, her name is Amemiya because it's the name of a character from an anime that I like. That's called Inazuma 11. It's a very good children's anime that talks about soccer players that use superpowers, and yeah. But Amemiya is also a good name for a shaman because it means something about rain, and I really wanted her to have an Asian sounding name because she's a Pandaren, and two, a shamanistic name because, well, she's a shaman. So yeah. Oh boy, the next one is Zyvory, my evoker. Listen, I do not like the Drakthir. Okay, let me just put it all the way there. I think Drakthirs are ugly as hell, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, okay? Because I know Drakthirs and Evokers have shooters out there. It's just my opinion, and I truly, pardon my French, fucking hate the Drakthir. They're super ugly. Their lore is kind of meh. What the fuck did I just say? They're super ugly. Their lore is kind of meh, and you can't transmog with them. Like, what's the point? All of the races since BFA, honestly, except I like all the allied races from BFA, all of them, including the Mechanome. I really like them. But ever since BFA, all the races we get are stupid, and I don't like any of them. The Earthen are pointless. The Harnir are elf slop, and I don't like the Drakthir. They look ugly. I just don't like them. Why are they in the main roster of races? I'm still angry at Blizzard because we don't have Sethrex, we don't have Genius, we don't have Hosens, we don't have Thirstcars, and etc. But we have this, and Dwarves for Horde for some reason, and the fifth elf variant, and this ugly ass Pinely dragon. Okay, I don't like it. I leveled one up because I wanted all classes for midnight, but I don't like it at all. So let's just move on. Black Thumb. Black Thumb used to be a goblin. That's why I named him Black Thumb, because I wanted to make a joke about Black Hand, and what is the diminutive of a hen? A thumb? I don't know. So yeah, this is Black Thumb. He's my warrior, and he is a Worgen. I changed him from Goblin because I wanted more Alliance characters, and I kept the name Black Thumb because I liked it. That's it. I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to run the risk of another person having the same joke as I had and taking the name from me. So yeah, this is Black Thumb. He's wearing a mix of the Aberis set for warriors. I think on the hands and the legs, and the chest. I think it's the normal version, but it's more likely to be the the raid finder version. The legs, the shoulders, and the shoulders and the belt are from the currency we can buy with the elemental overflow. Yes, that we can buy. The crown comes from opulence in Battlefield Azar lore. The cloak comes from somewhere in Shadowlands, and the axe is from Battle of the Zarlor 2, more specifically Luminaria Mythic. I really like him. Next we have Provolone. Provolone is my paladin. He is Zandalari Troll, and he used to be my only Horde character because I started playing back in DFA, so there was a lot of Horde only, like a lot of faction locked content. So I had to have a character on the Alliance and another character on the Horde. So this is my Horde character. He used to be a Tauren that I used that Tauren back in the day when you had to actually do a bunch of achievements to unlock the allied races. I did all those achievements on him, and everything Horde related from BFA I did it on this character when he was a Tauren. He was a female Tauren, and as soon as I unlocked the Zandalari, I changed the race to a Zandalari Troll, and yeah, he's wearing the full set from Menaforge Omega, normal, and the sword comes from the Alliance side of BFA, the Alliance questing side, and the shield, for some reason, it's not transmobbed. This shield is not mobbed, but I usually would use that heirloom one that is round with black spots on it. Yeah, I don't have a lot of shields to choose from. This is like one of the weapons I have to farm a lot to get. So yeah, this is my paladin, Provolone. His name is Provolone because he is based off a character from the Ravening War, which is a show from Dimension 20. He's based off Colin Provolone. He actually has a transmog that is much more Colin Provolone like, but I changed it to the Menaforge Omega one because it looks good. Although this looks very Alliance, so it's kind of weird to have it on a Zandalari Troll, but I know the heroic version of this set is very Horde. It's very Blood Elf looking. So yeah. The next one we have is Quahariel. Quahariel is my Blood Death Knight. Actually, he's my Death Knight in general. I just like to play Blood a lot. Quahariel is I really like I really like not Blood Elves, Night Elves. I know I talk shit about elves when I was talking about the Evoker, but I actually like the Night Elves. Although I'm sick and tired of everything in the lore, including them, and they're basically the protagonists of this game at this point, and I'm tired of it, but whatever. And I like to play Unholy, and I like to play Blood with this guy. So yeah, he's wearing a very cool looking transmog. He's wearing, the shoulders are from Zareth Mortis, I think the ones that you buy from the Ketchup Gear guy. The legs and the chest are from the Sepulchre, the first one set for a Raid Finder for Death Knights. The hands and the feet are from Sanctum of Domination. The cloak is from BFA. I don't know where, but it's from BFA. And the weapon comes from the Shadowlands Time Walking vendor. Yes, there's Shadowlands Time Walking. I didn't know about that. I learned about that quite recently, actually. So yeah, this is him. He looks very, very nice, very dapper, and I really like him. And finally, my last character is Zarathras. Zarathras is my other Death Knight, and she is a Draenei, as you can see, and she is quite nice. I quite like her. I quite like playing her. She looks awesome on this set, in my opinion. She's wearing the Demon Gaze helm from Hellfire Citadel. The shoulders come from, I wanna say, Ice Crowns. I wanna say they come from Mist of Pandaria. I don't know where the chest comes from, but the legs, I think the legs comes from either Legion or WoD. I don't know. Probably WoD. And the belt and the feet, I think they come from the Eternal Palace. The cloak is the Medivh one that was in the trading post, and the weapon is the one from the, what's the name? From the catch-up gear in the pre-patch event for Midnight. So yeah, I like this set because it looks like she has 4 horns. She is a little bit scantily clad. She looks badass as a female Draenei. And the Death Knights are kind of, I mean, in all my characters, all my classes, I like to have a theme when I am making them. Like I have a cluster, like a mini class order hall for all my classes. Like I used to have a lot of campsites with in each campsite I want to have 4 characters in each campsite. Was supposed to be one class. I still want 4 characters of each class except for the evoker, but like I don't want to organize them in campsites because I think campsites make the game. I don't like the campsites. I prefer my characters organized like this. I prefer they each having their own login screen, and I like them. I don't like the campsites. That's what I'm trying to say. So I prefer them like this, but I still want to have that little class order hall. That's why the list is organized like this. So yeah, these are my characters. These are the characters from my warband, all my characters in World of Warcraft, and I hope the next video I make, there are many more, at least one for each spec, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I really enjoy making this video, so. I'm sorry if I stuttered, if I said a lot of mumbo jumbo that doesn't make any sense, because again, English is not my first language, and I get a little bit weird when I'm talking with people. Oh, wait, I kind of got into the game by accident, which is good because I was probably going idle. I was probably going to be disconnected from the character selection screen anyway because I was idle for so long. So, yeah, I really hope you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed my things. I still with the button pruning, I still have to figure out all my talents, all my keybinds here. So don't mind that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave a like, leave a comment. Subscribe maybe if you want more. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Wait. I want to say goodbye. Lol. I need to set up a wave macro. fuck is wrong with? I don't want to go part of the game. Bye bye. What the fuck?